Hello everyone, welcome to This Day as we still celebrate our 60th anniversary. I love the new open, it's really fun. I'm Michael Taylor, today's February 6th and you're watching This Day. We've got a great show for you today as well. I want to get right to it. If you're home, it's raining out still, we'll just stay home and watch our show. We had a great one for you. Art show and competition is coming up and we want to talk to Elise Rothrock from Village Management Services about the competition, how you can come and look at some of the art and even vote on what you think your favorite might be. And then Laguna Woods resident Paul Hoggins is going to be joining us. He is one of the founders of Culture OC, and they do everything, arts and music and food, anything culture in Orange County, they're covering it. Maybe they should come down and take a look at our art show and maybe send a reporter down. That might be fun too. Hey, we want to keep you stay informed, and it's one of those things where it's kind of like, how do I know exactly what everything goes where, right? So we're going to be talking about where we put our trash and how we separate it. Recycling, of course, is paper, cardboard, glass, bottles, jars, aluminum cans, tin, plastic bottles and jugs. That goes in recycling. Make sure you're doing that. Organics, that is anything that's food, food soiled paper that's compostable, greenery, pet food, that can all go in there, but you want to use the bag wastes in the compostable or paper bags. And wrap up in newspaper if you're going to do some of those food items, okay? And then when it's landfill, this is stuff that just goes right in the garbage. We can do that with the foam, plastic stuff that we have in our food cups and those disposable ones, plastic flexible back packaging, pet waste, soiled paper, ceramics, and broken glass. That message comes from the folks who take care of our trash here at CR&R Incorporated. So they wanted us to let you guys know what goes where in case there's a question. Hey, let's go outside. Speaking of going somewhere, it's still raining, folks. We have this for the rest of today. We're going to have rain. As we get into the afternoon, a little bit off and on rain. It'll start to diminish. And then tomorrow, mostly in the morning, some scattered showers. We're still going to have a little bit. Then we get the clear out. Then we get a nice clear out for at least a couple of days with partly cloudy skies. Temperatures warm up just a little bit, but the best part is a little bit of a dry out. I've had enough of the rain. I'm sure you have had that too. Let's take a look at our sunrise and our sunset. And as you know, at the end of every storm comes the rainbow, right? So thank you very much, Alan Clark, for sending this photo into us. He's a Laguna Woods Village resident and a frequent sender of photos to our sunrise sunset segment. Sunrise this morning was 6:43. Sunset tonight is going to be 5:26. If you'd like to send us a picture, like Alan did, of rainbows or a storm or anything at all, really, pets, places you've been, vacation, you can send it to us at lagunawoodsvillagetv@gmail.com. So send us those photos, make sure your name is in there and where you took the photo, and we will put it in our sunrise sunset segment. Okay, we got a couple of meetings to tell you about, and then when we come back, we'll talk about the art show.
By staying home, the community of Orange County has made a difference. But doing so shouldn't mean putting your own health at risk. Hogue wants you to know that safe, quality care is available. Don't ignore or delay the medical attention you need. From routine checkups to revolutionary treatments, Hogue is here for you, just as we have been for almost 70 years. Like no other time before, your healthcare choices matter. Get the care you need from the name you trust.
Hi, welcome to Pacific Financial Planners. We focus on income replacement for your retirement. We have over 3 decades of professional money management experience. We personalize a plan that's right for you and your family. You only get one shot at retirement. Don't you think you better get it right? So give us a call for your free consultation. We can do this over the phone, via Zoom, or in person.
Irvine Barclay Theater is your home for the best in live entertainment. Here's what's coming up next.
To see the cool, clear eyes of a seeker of wisdom and truth.
For tickets and information, visit thebarclay.org.
Welcome to Harvard Eye Associates. We're focused on your eye care at all 3 of our Orange County locations.
Our new location in Laguna Hills, Orange, and San Clemente.
Each facility features the latest in advanced technology and diagnostic equipment.
And a trusted collection of doctors that care about your vision and your quality of life.
We deliver what matters to you and your family.
Harvard Eye Associates, the future of vision today.
We want to talk about all things art here in Laguna Woods Village, and to help us do that is Elise Rothrock, Media and Communications Manager of Village Management Services. Thanks for joining us this morning.
Thank you, always a pleasure.
And we have some beautiful art hanging here in the building these days.
Yes, yes we do. This is the much anticipated, long-running Laguna Woods Art Association exhibition. And we've just installed all new art for 2024.
Yeah, they took everything down the other day, a couple weeks back. I thought, oh, what happened to all the art? Because I actually wasn't aware of that was part of an art show.
Yes.
And then all of a sudden, all the new art went up, and it was really great. It's really cool, kind of cool to see. How long has this been going on?
I believe this has been going on 4 or 5 years. When Brad Hudson, the former CEO of VMS, was here, I believe he invited the show to come and exhibit in the community center.
And we're taking a look at some of the images from the hallway. We went out and shot some video of all the some pretty amazing art.
Truly amazing art. A lot of the artists who submit for this show, they exhibit in Laguna Beach. They exhibit at shows around the country. Some of them are brand new, and they have an undiscovered talent, and it flourishes. It's wonderful.
It's beautiful. Now, tell me a little bit about Laguna Woods Art Association. Who are they? Or is it only folks from this area, or is it kind of a regional thing?
It is only for residents of Laguna Woods Village who are members of the association.
So all of this art is from folks right here in Laguna Woods Village.
That's right.
It's amazing.
That's right. It really is. It's stunning.
And how do they come about? Like, does the art association say, okay, send us your stuff, and we're going to curate, we're going to go through everything?
The chair of the committee for this show sends out a call to members, letting them know that a new installation is going to be going up. Please submit your work for consideration to be included in the show. And the board then curates the show. Okay.
So even just to get on the wall is a big deal. I'm sure from all the submissions, right? You're already kind of a winner.
It is. It is. There are a lot of fabulous artists, as we've mentioned, and the competition can be a little stiff. Yes.
Okay. So more than 170 art pieces, and can people just come in or what floors are they on here in the building? Are they on all the floors?
Art is on the 1st and 3rd floor.
Okay.
And residents are encouraged to come on in, check out all the art. And right now, until Friday, March 1st, residents can come and vote for their single most favorite piece of art hanging and insert it in the ballot box. And we will announce the winner in What's Up in the Village.
Okay.
And then there is an art association event where the winner is unveiled
and honored.
As well.
And, yeah, okay, great. Now, in addition to like the competition and the fact that the art's here, there's also opportunity for folks to buy the art?
That's right. Every piece of art has a little placard next to it with the artist's name, the dimensions of the piece of art, what medium it's done in, as well as a contact phone number and the price of the piece of art. Most of them are for sale. Some of them will say NFS, not for sale, but I believe most of them will be. But we have a little rule that art has to stay on the wall for 3 months.
Okay. So if you want to buy it, you're going to put it on hold. It's on layaway, so to speak.
Kind of. I would encourage people to reach out to the artists. Yes.
Was there is it only oils, acrylics, or is it a little bit of everything in terms of the paintings?
It is a little bit of everything. Acrylic, mixed media, watercolor, oil, you name it.
Okay, that's terrific. And like you said, most of them are for sale. Are some of these artists, like you said, they're kind of famously known, and like you said, that they work in Laguna, they're national. Is it kind of an honor to have their art here?
You know, it's an honor for any artist to have their artwork in the community center. Yes, some of these artists, this is what they did in their professional lives, and they've exhibited many times in Laguna Beach. And, you know, there are a lot of art shows around the country, and a lot of these artists will choose to exhibit at some of these shows. So.
Have you gone through it, and have you voted? You have some favorites. I'm not asking you to tip your hand to who you voted for, but have you seen them all?
I have seen them all. The way the show takes shape, the association juries the pieces. They bring them all here, and I get to figure out where everything goes, which is a big job. It takes a lot of mental energy to do that, but it's always a pleasure to see how things can fit together best. And then our wonderful carpenters with maintenance and construction, they go in, they patch previous holes, they paint the walls, they prep it for the new show, and then the folks who do the really heavy lifting are the guys who measure everything and hang everything, make everything level, look great. They did a phenomenal job.
We have a few of their names up on the screen here so people can see their names, get a little recognition for all the work they did. Is there an art to hanging art? I mean, almost like, you know, gallery kind of work? Do you feel like you made decisions based on, okay, this size, and then we'll offset it with this size, or this has a balance here?
Well, some people might. What I go for is kind of an aesthetic that flows together, like colors and themes and things like that. That's my process. And as long as everything is level at the top, at average height, you know, I say, please hang this at eye level, not my eye level, maybe a little bit high, but you know, just to space it evenly, make everything look great, and mission accomplished by the maintenance and construction folks.
There we go.
Definitely.
And folks can come see it at the community center now until, well, next 3 months, but if you want to vote, it's until March 1st, right?
That's right, and the show will be up for the rest of the year until a new cycle starts for 2025.
2025, it'll come again and again. Elise, thank you so much for sharing about the art competition and the show right here in the community center here in Laguna Woods Village. So folks, come by and see the art.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you. When we come back, we'll be talking about Culture OC. Stay with us.
No one deserves to be ashamed of their smile. MacArthur Dental Arts is here to bring back your confidence. We specialize in at-home personalized smile restoration through the power of dental implants and perfect fit dentures. I'm here to answer all your questions with free in-office consults or using our Laguna Woods in-home service special. Don't wait to get the secure, worry-free smile you deserve. Visit MacArthurDentalArts.com or call the number on your screen to schedule your consultation today.
Their mission is to engage with Orange County's artistic, cultural communities at every level by publishing news and critical analysis of the things that are going on here in the community, arts and culture-wise. I want to welcome Paul Huggins to the program. Thank you for joining us.
It's nice to be here. Thank you.
You are the publisher. You're chief cook and bottle water. A little bit of everything there.
I am. I like to call myself a professional beggar too, because I go around asking for money from.
You're one of the co-founders. Well, let's start there. This enterprise you have, cultureoc.org, is a nonprofit, and you guys are doing nonprofit work with covering other nonprofits in the arts community, right?
Right.
How did this all get started?
It all started actually when I got laid off, along with a lot of other people from the Register at the beginning of 2018. And as I was sitting there in the parking lot, rather dejectedly thinking about my future, I got a call from a publicist who worked for the Segerstrom Center for the Arts, and Tim Dunn, and he said, well, what are you going to do about this? I said, well, I'm probably going to go and have a drink. And he said, but after that, you should really think about starting some sort of nonprofit news platform for arts and culture. And I thought, well, not a bad idea. A lot of us are sitting around wondering about our future right now.
Right.
And so we talked to Norberto Santana at Voice of OC, a very successful nonprofit news platform.
Right.
And decided to go with him. And so for 5 years, we were the arts and culture page at Voice of OC. We built up an audience, a newsletter following, and after 5 years, we decided to go it on our own and hang out our own shingle.
Now, Voice of OC, for folks who don't know about that, they're really kind of heavy politics and government coverage, and with the kind of like, with the demise, I would say, of the Orange County Register and LA Times in Orange County, that coverage has kind of gone to the wayside. So Norberto, seeing the the need, started this online news program, and now you guys did the same thing with entertainment and arts, right?
Right. We were very much in the spirit of Norberto and Voice of OC. We recognized the need for arts and culture news. After all, Orange County has defined itself in part by its cultural life. A lot of the captains of industry here, the most moneyed and influential families, have put a lot of money into our institutions.
One thinks of Henry Segerstrom almost immediately, right? The farmer, Beanfield, entrepreneur, South Coast Plaza, and then right across the street, the Segerstrom Center.
Right. George Arduous, the Samuelis, the list is long.
Yeah. So what's your background? Did you start off in music or arts and culture and journalism, or a little bit of all of these things?
I am a jack of all trades. I came to the States from Canada to pursue graduate studies in music at University of Michigan, where I studied under Carl St. Clair, the director of Pacific Symphony. And I got my doctorate at USC. I taught at UC Irvine for 7 years as the music director of the dance department. Did not get tenure. Hopped over to journalism, and I was at the Register for 25 years, writing about theater and later dance and classical music for them, until I got laid off.
Okay. And when did you move to Laguna Woods?
I moved here in 2020.
With the intent of retiring?
Yes, that was the original intent. It didn't work out that way. Retirement for me is doing what I like to do, and as it is for a lot of people, I guess.
Right. So when you look at the model that we have now, a lot of news pages are online and they are not for profit. How is that? Is it successful? Is it a hard trudge, or do you get a lot of support? Was it an enthusiastic embracing of this?
Well, the model for nonprofit news has actually been around for a while. There are institutions like ProPublica. There's a group called the Institute for Nonprofit News, which has set out guidelines, really, and best practices for nonprofit journalism. And so it's not an entirely new thing. A nonprofit arts and culture website, that's a little more rare. But general news websites, investigative news websites, the nonprofit world has quite a few of those now.
Now, tell me a little bit, I want to take a look at the front page, the landing page of the website. Tell me a little bit about the things you cover. It's food and culture and arts and just kind of everything culture in OC?
We define culture kind of broadly. Culture can be the ballet and classical music, or it can be the guy who restores Packards in Santa Ana, fascinating guy, or women who make quinceañera dresses, or a guy who builds sandcastles in Huntington Beach for a living. That's culture too.
Right. And so when people land on your page, they can just kind of jump around and go to where they want.
They can graze or concentrate on the things that they like. We have a really pretty impressive stable of writers, over 20 writers and photographers, all of whom worked for the Register, the LA Times, or OC Weekly.
I was looking through that, and it is quite the amazing, some amazing names you have in there.
I know. They were all available to us.
Yes, right.
Yeah.
And do they kind of figure out their own beats? Do you guys have editorial meetings where you say, okay, we're going to do these major things, but everybody else go out and figure out your own thing, or how does it work?
The editorial team, there are 4 of us. We meet every Monday at 4 o'clock. We invite ideas from our writers, and they're very experienced. They have a lot of them, and we just kind of guide them. We don't. We assign some stories, and they come up with their own as well.
What do people not understand about Orange County's arts and culture and music community?
I think that it's as vibrant and diverse as it is. There's an incredible Vietnamese language music scene here, right? There's Spanish theater here. People seldom scratch the surface, or some people do, some people don't. And of course, there are what we like to call the temple arts, right? The Segerstrom Center for the Arts, an incredible symphony, a great dance season at the center. Touring orchestras come here. It's a pretty impressive season all in all when you look at community level art and world-class culture. It's all here in abundance.
What surprised you over the years the most about Orange County's arts community? Like the things you've discovered along the way, or things you didn't really know when you started off many of those years ago?
I think the incredible generosity of the people who've supported the arts. And also, I think, Orange County, rightly or wrongly, has been given the reputation of being very conservative. Well, these conservative people supported institutions like South Coast Repertory, which was pretty cutting edge in terms of new play development. And they've courted their share of controversies over the years. And some very, quote, conservative people supported SCR to the hilt through all of those controversies. So a lot of people are surprised when I tell them that.
Yeah, did the kind of the liberal, conservative kind of transcend when it comes to the arts in a way here in Orange County at least?
I think it does, for the most part. Yeah, the arts are sort of a Romulan neutral territory we can all agree upon.
There we go. Now, for yourself, what do you like to focus on? I know you do a lot of stuff with Segerstrom and things like that, and Carl St. Clair. I know you have a series going on with the retirement of Carl St. Clair, right?
We do.
And the new search for the new conductor.
Yeah, we're working with PBS SoCal on that. I did a bunch of interviews at their studios not long ago. Talked to Carl and John Forsythe, the president of the symphony, and John Evans, their longtime board chair, and some musicians about the process of transition and finding a new music director. Yeah.
How important is it for arts and culture to be covered, and covered well, in a place like Orange County or San Diego or LA?
I think a community's culture says a lot about its soul. I think Orange County sometimes has a little bit of a chip on its shoulder, like, we're just as important as LA.
Yeah, the shadow of LA.
The idea for the Orange County Performing Arts Center was born when the Music Center opened in LA back in the early 60s. Certain people went, we want one of our own because we're just as good as LA.
Right.
Yeah.
Now, how close a working relationship have you been able to develop over the years? I mean, can you just call somebody up and say, hey, Art, I want to come down there, and Bill, I'm going to be over. Can we do an interview today? Or is it still kind of you still have to pull teeth to get into the door some places?
I have a big Rolodex, to use an antiquated term.
I was going to say.
But now that I'm a publisher, it's a little bit of a different hat that I'm wearing. I'm not directly. I am directly involved with the newsroom, but I fly the flag for Culture OC, and I look for supporters, foundation support, government, corporate, and private support. We've got to keep ourselves going.
What's the best thing about this job, and what's the most challenging? I'm guessing fundraising, I'm going to say, is challenging, but what's the most challenging?
The challenging thing is the fundraising, because I'm not a born fundraiser. We started working with a professional grant writer, so we're sort of entering a new phase with that, and we just had a successful fundraising drive. The best thing about it is I get to continue relationships with people that I've known and liked over the years. It's a great community. It's very supportive, and I know that there's a need for this. They're all telling me, thank goodness you're here. You guys are doing a great job, and we need this.
Right. Yeah. And things can sometimes feel like nobody knows about what's going on when there isn't that coverage, and we have that kind of a light isn't shining in these areas sometimes.
Yeah. For example, the Register no longer has a restaurant critic. And not coincidentally, Orange County's kind of getting ignored by the James Beard Awards and Yelp and other award.
And yet we have some Michelin star restaurants down here.
Well, one closed.
Right.
It's not here anymore. It's gone. I think it's important to have people at the front lines who cover things like that. And when you take them away, they become less visible.
Yeah, we're a little less for it, right? Okay. Well, thank you so much, Paul, for joining us. Paul Huggins from Culture OC. You can find it at cultureoc.org. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you very much.
We'll be right back.
At Adapt to It, we strive to make the everyday tasks easier by providing our customers with the tools they need to be successful. We carefully explain the use and care of all of our equipment. Adapt to It has been in Laguna Woods for over 20 years, and we know that nothing in life stays constant. So we can help you adapt to all the changes in your life. Adapt to It sells and rents items and always delivers with a smile. Come in today to experience what we mean when we say, when you can't change it, adapt to it.
what are you doing this Sunday? Well, if you don't have plans yet, or you may have already made the plans for Super Bowl Sunday, we've got a treat for you. It is the championship football game going to be watched there at Clubhouse 5 on this Sunday, of course, February 11th. It is free to come in. The doors open at 3 p.m. and kickoff, of course, is at 3:30. You can watch it there on the big screens. It is a no-host bar, and it's going to be first come, first serve for seating and all that fun stuff. So get out there and watch the game with some folks. Should be fun. Now, Valentine's Day is coming up too, so you can't just think about the Super Bowl. You have to think about Valentine's Day, and we've got a dinner dance coming up that we want to tell you about. It's going to be Wednesday, February 14th, Valentine's Day, at Clubhouse 5, and their doors are going to open at 5 p.m. Dinner and a GRF no-host bar is going to be at 5:30. Then we have some entertainments at 6:30, and tickets are $47 a person. It is catered by Martinez, and tickets are on sale already, so you can go jump in there and get those. There's a phone number at the bottom there for more information. You can email if you have any questions, but do it soon. I don't know if it's sold out or not yet, but it might be close, so make sure you get out there and have some plans for your loved one. All right, let's take a quick look at the weather before we head out. And we've got rain. It's still raining out there, folks. Hate to break it to you. It's going to start letting up a little bit later this afternoon, so we're not going to have this solid, ongoing, non-stop rain. We're going to start seeing some breaks in it, maybe drizzle, maybe some breaks in the rain for a couple hours or two. Then tomorrow morning, mostly scattered showers, and then the afternoon, we're going to kind of maybe see a little sunlight. Then the rest of the week, we got a great dry out, which is fantastic, and have some temperatures going up a little bit more as well, in the 60s by Saturday. That's going to be kind of nice. Tomorrow on this day, we have Pacific Financial Planners and the Fit Brain Club are going to be joining us to talk about things they got going on. That's going to do it for this edition of This Day. For all of us here at Village TV, we hope you make this day a great one.
When I was first diagnosed, they gave me about 2 years to live.
After they took it out, they did some additional tests, and it found out that yes, it was a cancerous tumor.
I had an aorta dissection, and that triggered a stroke on top of it.
I've been in treatment a little over 2 years. They saved my life.
If I hadn't been pregnant, they would not have found that mass. If it hadn't been for Ben, I might not be here.
It was amazing that he has knowledge to do what he has to do to save me.
If you're driven by an adventurous heart, you're in luck. The 2024 Subaru Outback shares your spirit. With standard symmetrical all-wheel drive and up to 32 miles per gallon. Plus, 97% of Outback vehicles sold in the last 10 years are still on the road today. The 2024 Subaru Outback. Go where love takes you.
Irvine Subaru. Buy online, just come in to sign. Get 2 years complimentary maintenance included on all new Subarus.